We start with our Newsmaker segment and welcome the chief of the Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department, Donna Mays. Chief Mays has been a longtime city employee, serving in a variety of positions, including assistant city manager. She joined her father on the fire department in 1992 and recently became the first woman fire chief in Kansas City history. Chief Mays, congratulations and welcome to Ruckus.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So what prompted you to become a firefighter? Is it because of your father's involvement in that profession?
You know, I think I grew up with the fire service and I got to see, you know, the enjoyment and the service that he was able to provide. And really my last semester of college, I kept debating with myself of, did I want to go do a normal, 9 to 5 kind of routine, or did I want to be more adventurous in my life? And so my last semester of college, I literally made the decision and went and took the written exam to become the fire chief, or on the fire department.
When you joined the fire department in 1992, were you the only woman on the department?
No, not at all. At that time, I think we had about 32 women on the fire department, so very, very small number of females on the fire department at that time.
How many women are on the fire department today, do you think?
Oh gosh, I think we're at about, it's about 14% of our total amount of first responders, and so I'm guessing about 150. So.
Do women firefighters do the same jobs as men?
Women firefighters do, yes. And, we have a variety of people that, we have some single role paramedics and EMTs, but then we also have dual role cross-trained firefighters and females that are just strictly firefighters.
I mean, it's obvious that one of the things firefighters do is fight fires, but you have other responsibilities as well.
Right, right. And, we are responsible for all of the advanced life support transport in the city and ALS and BLS services. And
back up and
right.
What those are.
So BLS is basic life support. So, that's, anything that doesn't require, an IV or those sorts of certain medications. But then advanced life support are really, our transports to for traumas and more critical illnesses and heart attacks and those sorts of things. So.
You rescue cats from trees?
Well, we try to avoid doing that when we can, but yes, I mean, we do all kinds of, a variety of calls for service.
We hear a lot about the violent crime rate in Kansas City, the high homicide rate, and we know that affects law enforcement, police department. Does that also affect the fire department in some way?
It certainly does. It does in a variety of ways. Of course, we're responding in with KCPD on those, homicides, and where we're able to, if it's somebody that's just been shot or injured in that way, of course, we're doing the advanced life support care and getting them to the hospital as quickly as we can. But really the impact on our responders in the sense of having to see those traumas over and over and over again, just like for KCPD responders, it has an impact on everybody. So.
As the chief, do you still go to the scene of fires?
I do on occasion. We have a really good staff, and I've got shift deputies that go to the larger events. But if it's a third alarm or larger fire or some other type of significant event, it could be a large hazmat spill or a certain type of rescue operation, that I would go to those scenes.
Do you kind of walk a tightrope as chief of the fire department? On the one hand, you're part of the city administration. On the other hand, you've been a firefighter and represent firefighters. Do you have to walk a tightrope?
For me, I think the best part about me as a fire chief and me as a public servant is the fact that I've had that time in, as assistant city manager, as you stated earlier, where I've been able to build relationships and be able to bridge that gap between, city and the fire department. Fire department is a city department, but it's such a unique service that we provide that it's oftentimes kind of separated from the rest of City Hall.
Got a final question for you. Do TV shows and movies depict the lives of firefighters accurately?
I think there's a lot of truth in some of the things you see in those shows. I mean, it's always hard, for cameras and film to be able to really show what a true fire scene looks like. I mean, they obviously have to have that visibility when they're inside of a structure. Oftentimes in fires, you can't see further than your hand in front of your face. But I think some of the depictions around station life and those sorts of things, there's some truth in that.
Real camaraderie that develops.
Definitely.
All right, Chief, it's good to meet you. Thank you very much for coming in. Come back and see us.
All right. Well, I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Sure enough. That is Kansas City, Missouri Fire Chief Donna Mays. Now let's meet the panel and start a ruckus.